Howdy folks, welcome back to another day at the Porterhouse Schoolhouse, and today's class is going to be a rather anomalous one. I'm not giving advice, I'm not telling stories, instead, I'm reviewing a product, more specifically this one. So what you're looking at right now is a thumb guard. This is a small rubber object that you stick on your thumb or index finger to prevent any bat stings when you're hitting. Now, I've never used one of these in a game, and I barely have any experience with this product at all, but I've seen it advertised online a good bit, and even some MLB players have used it before. So I wanted to find out if these things actually do what they claim. Like on the box here, all swing, no sting, or just the sting, unleash your swing, or shields your hands from bat sting while maintaining the natural feeling of connection from the barrel to the ball. But is it really that good? Are batting gloves simply not enough to protect your hands? Would I recommend it? Well, let's find out. But before we get into that, I know some of you might be asking, hold on Porter, didn't Little League ban these thumb guards earlier this year? Well, my observant viewer, you're correct. And I know that my target audience is for kids who play there, but this class is about whether this product works, not to encourage them to cheat if it does end up proving useful. Now then, to the cage. So here, I'm just getting back into the rhythm of things by swinging the 5 bats that I have, so enjoy this quick montage of the bat hitting the ball. Okay, so I tested out all the bats that are right there. Now, let's try this. All right, if you look closely at my hands here, you can see the thumb guard sticking out as the neon green object. Now, I'll breeze through this montage a little quicker than the last one just because you've already seen all the bats in use, so enjoy. Now for my official review. So what did I think? Well, first I think it's important that we establish the 5 bats that I used in question. So there was 2 BB cores, 2 wood bats, and 1 USA. Of those 5 bats, there was only 1 2-piece bat, and that was the BB core Mako. And my hypothesis going into this video was that the thumb guard would have the most impact on the wood bats and the least impact on that Mako bat. And turns out I was right. Comparing all 5 bats that I used, the thumb guard definitely had the most impact on the wood bats. However, it was only the wood bats and nothing else. Swinging the wood bats with the thumb guard on, I definitely felt a little less of a sting. However, it wasn't really that significant, and dare I say, it was barely anything. Upon reflecting on why this was afterwards, I came to a couple of conclusions. For one, I was wearing batting gloves. They're not a huge cushion per se. If you play baseball for long enough, you'll know that. But since I've been swinging the bat for over a decade, I've been using batting gloves since I was a kid, and they've done wonders for keeping my hands safe from stingers. And second, all the bats that I used had synthetic materials as the grips, meaning that not only did the sting have to go through that grip, but also my batting gloves. That's 2 layers of protection that my hands were covered from. So if you throw the thumb guard on top of it, you got protection that's there, but really unnecessary. And if you couldn't already tell, yes, the thumb guard did not have any impact whatsoever on the other 3 bats that I swung. I even tried placing it on my index finger here, but it still did nothing at all. And also, for the record, the other half of my hypothesis was correct. The thumb guard had the least impact on the Mako bat. Not only because I had the lizard skin's grip and my batting gloves on to protect myself, but also because it's a 2-piece bat with the synthetic rubbery piece in the middle that separates the barrel from the grip. So that's another layer of protection that my hands got, which made the thumb guard pretty much, well, unnecessary. So in conclusion, if you swing with the wood bat and for some reason would prefer not to wear batting gloves, I would recommend giving this thing a shot. Just don't spend too much money on it. I spent $20 on this specific product, and you can get the same product on the market for a lot cheaper and probably still achieve the same effect. Now, if you're in Little League, I wouldn't worry too much about it because for one, you're not allowed to use these things anymore, and second, even if you tried to use those things in a game, don't do that. It's not gonna have that much of an impact on you. My suggestion, Just stick to batting gloves and a good grip. They'll do wonders for your hands. And that actually concludes today's class. If you like what you saw, drop a like, share this with your family, friends, and teammates. And if you want to criticize my swing whatsoever, type hashtag #notabach in the comments. I'm still looking for those. Comment section is right down there and open for you guys. If you want to be early to the next class, hit the red subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be early. And one last thing, of course, if you've been on this device or been on YouTube or the internet for long enough, please get off of it and go do something else. That's teacher's orders, all right? And with that, class is dismissed. The thumb guard. And secondly, every single bat that I had some. That's not only because I had the. Whoo. However, it was only the wood bat. It was. Let's do the reasoning thing again. If you add the thumb guard on top. And also, and for the ring. Hold on a second. There's people talking out there. They're saying the 6-7 word out there. I can't. Okay, where was I at?